Welcome back to Motivation of Faith. If you just joined us, we are talking on relationships today, and we just listened to that music video that says it all comes down to love. Help me welcome Apostle John Puri in the house. Apostle, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's wonderful just to be here.
Yes.
And thanks for your invitation. And we'll talk about relationship, and also to the viewers. I just want to say you are also welcome, and thanks for just to watch us here.
Yes.
And when you talk about relationships, when you talk about relationships, because look, you see, there are no schools for relationships.
Yes.
And relationships are very important because relationships in your life, you can just imagine you get from grade 1 to grade 12. But when you get married, you might even stay in that marriage for about 36 years. Some even stay about 50 years. So it means that it looks like you are going grade 1 to grade 12, maybe 5 times. So it means that when you're talking about relationship, especially now where we are going to be dealing with on how to find your wife, how to find a husband, because most of the times people don't realize if you can choose a right partner, 60% of success of your marriage, just the right person, it defines the success. Just 60%. So if you can choose the right, it means already 60% you are successful.
Wow.
You see, when it comes to marriage. But you know what? During that time, there is a lot of emotions.
Yes.
You know, people just, there's some goosebumps of love, there's all those kinds of that happen. So because of that, people tend to choose wrong. You see, because of they choose wrong people. And you know, when it comes to the women, I'll tell most of the times women, I tell them to say, you know, when you talk about Eve, she was with God before she was introduced to the man. And the man also was with God, busy with God. And God said it's not good for a man to be alone. And then he released a woman who was busy with God to the man. And when the man saw the woman, the man said, yeah, this one, she shall be called womb man, a man with a womb. You see, and she shall be called female.
Yes.
You know, because between me and her, the difference it will be the male, and the other difference it will be, So when it comes to relationships, most of the times I tell people to say, you see, the kind of a woman that you are going to find, you see, and then you know, when the woman was introduced to the man, he said, this is bone of my bone, this is flesh of my flesh, she shall be called woman.
Yes.
You know,
Apostle, I want us to, before we just get to the what do you look for and how to really get to that place, firstly, the readiness. How do I know that I'm ready now to be in a relationship?
How do you know you are ready? Number one, I talk about age.
Your age.
You see, at the right age, because you cannot, I remember one time, one guy was in grade 11, says, Pastor, I found a girl. I said, go and tell her today that that thing is finished.
Okay.
Why? Because he was not ready. He was going to do, that was a relationship at the wrong time altogether. It is age. And when you talk about Adam also, he had, first of all, God had to make him to find a job.
Responsibilities.
God had to make him tender the garden first of all. So the readiness is that, are you having, especially to a man, do you have a job to keep this woman?
Okay.
You see, to keep this woman. Now, most of the times, God was saying, it's not good for man to be alone. There are certain men, it is good for them to be alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Why is it good for them to? They are not ready. They are not having a job, so it is good for them to be alone. God spoke about it is not good for man to be alone, because he realized that the man was ready for the woman. And the woman was ready also for the man. And you see, the combination of the two, you see, that's why many people are not ready for each other. And then the other things which we need to look at, you know, you talk about your vision.
Okay.
Is this person going to fit in my vision?
My vision, yeah.
You see, is this person going to be fitting in my vision? You see, what is my vision? You see, am I going to be a businesswoman? Am I going to be a preacher? Am I going to, is this person going to fit in my vision? And no matter how beautiful they might be, but if they cannot fit in my vision, they cannot, you know, you can't be in a relationship where somebody doesn't fit in the vision, because at the end of the day, you might, you know what, there'll be conflicts, problems, you know, challenges in the relationship. And that's why a lot of people end up being divorced, because divorce, most of the times it starts not when people, it starts from the very foundation.
Okay.
So foundations are very important. Then the other thing which we need to look at, it's the character. Because you marry character. You marry character. Because let me tell you, this guy can, especially guys, when it is the early stages, they will take you to the restaurants. They know which restaurants are there. They'll take you to the restaurants. They'll be the ones that are in the forefront. They buy you food. They'll do a lot of things. You know, they're trying to catch you. But the time they catch you, after 2 years in the marriage, you have to remind them to say, are we going to go out? Are we going to? Because now they forget about restaurants, because they have caught the woman. So first of all, it's the character. You see, because many a times you can be beautiful, you can be all this, because you will never go beyond your character. So I would say most cases is that you get married to this person, you look at the character of the person. You see, because people divorce character, and there are many people that will tell you to say, you know what, I loved this woman so much, I loved, but there's nothing I can do because her character is not just okay. So I'm going to divorce her because of her character. You see, so, and then when you're talking about also marriage, is that somebody, can they meet your needs? Can they meet your needs? You see, because your needs, if they're not met, you cannot stay with somebody who doesn't meet your needs. And as a woman, you have some needs. And one of the needs is that the first, amongst the biggest need of a woman is to be loved.
Yes.
You see, to be loved. Because you marry because you have needs. And one of the needs is love. You see? Now, most of the times people say, I married because of love. No? You marry because of need. Because if somebody meets your needs, and one of the needs is love, and some of the needs is somebody who will compliment you, somebody who will tell you to say you are looking good, you are looking wonderful, you are looking awesome, you know, all those kinds of words. You are gorgeous, you know, wonderful words which somebody can express you know, express to you. Now, you need also somebody who is going to be, that's I'm talking about the needs of a woman. Somebody who is going to let you be what God has made you to be. Allow you so that you can express yourself, you know. Yeah, so those are when you're talking about relationships, you know. Now, to the needs of the man, the greatest need of a man is to be respected. Most of the times I normally tell women to say, men don't need a lot of things. All what a man needs, if you can just respect them, I'm telling you, they can stay with you for many years. Because all what he needs is just to be respected. You see, above all the needs of the man, they might need sex, they might need, you know, all those kinds of things. But the greatest need of a man is to be respected. If you can respect a man, and I tell women to say, if you are looking at, we are just in love, but you cannot respect a man, don't marry them. Because it will cause a problem at a later stage. So respect to a man is very important. So when you are talking about relationship, who am I going to marry? Can they meet my needs? You see? Then also you need to look at the age. You know, some of the people, they say, hey, I want to get married. You see, those people who are around 40s, they must not even pray. I need somebody younger. You see, all those kinds of things. So now, certain people also get married for wrong reasons. You see, get married for wrong reasons. But later, I might be talking about that maybe at a later stage. But for now, I'm just looking at things that we are looking at initial stage of your relationship. Yes.
Apostle, as we continue, I think what I picked up on this first part, that what sustains relationships between men and women is when we give each other what we truly need. like for a woman needs love,
Yes.
and then the man needs respect.
Yes.
So that exchange is what makes the relationship to be smooth.
Definitely.
Wow.
You need to give something. You need to give
Yes.
something because,
Yes.
you know, I'm looking for somebody who is going to go. Some of the people, I'm looking for somebody who is very rich, you know.
And all
Even
that.
I need maybe the somebody who is a brother to Patrice Mosepe. Somebody who is so much rich,
Wow.
you know.
Wow.
Somebody who has a big compounds, a big
Yes.
car, big things, all those kinds of things. Those are things sometimes people are looking for. As a
Yes,
result, you know,
yes.
they miss potential people who genuinely love them and stay with
That's
the rest
so
of their
true.
lives.
All right,
Yes.
as we go for an ad break, we are coming back. This is really exciting. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Welcome back, our viewers. If you just joined us, we are talking on relationships with Apostle John Phiri. Just before the ad break, Apostle, you were unpacking to us about that we get married or we get into relationships because of the needs, and then we need to be able to meet each other's needs. And I think you were also mentioning the issue, the wrong reasons why other people get into relationships or get married. Can you unpack that for us?
Yes, you see, most of the times, even a lot of us, we are products of wrong marriages.
Sure.
You see, because people get married for wrong
Sure.
reasons, and they are looking for a man and they're looking for a woman for just a wrong reason. One of the wrong reasons is that here you are. You see, especially to the women's side, I'll talk maybe to the side of the women. You see, sometimes they're so much consumed about wedding.
Oh, yes.
You see, they want to have that day for themselves. They want to say, I just want to find a man so that he can just get to me to the ISO, you know, just to make sure that that day I shine, especially these days where you have got Facebook, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
and somebody's posting some things, you know. So they're just looking for that day which it will be theirs. So they can get, you know, any man which they think. You see, you know, there was a situation of a lady, she even paid for lobola for a guy, and then
Sure.
after that, in fact, the relatives did not know that the lady, you know, was the one who gave him the money.
Sure.
You see, all what she wanted was to have this wedding. You see, so she paid everything. She paid everything.
Sure.
She paid the wedding expenses, and she was there just to do something for herself. And you know what?
She married herself.
After a month or two, the guy said, "No, I never loved you." You see, he went and then he took the money which she paid for lobola. He went to look for another woman,
With the same amount.
the same amount, and he went for another wedding. And he said, "This one is the one that I love. The other one, she married herself." So
Sure.
don't as a woman, don't push yourself too much. And there are many women that makes themselves cheap, very much cheap, because they're just looking for a wedding. And they can even, you know, they can get to any man as long as he's willing to get them into a wedding. You see, yeah, you can maybe watch TV programs where people are marrying one to one, and you are so much consumed
Oh, yeah.
about
Oh, yeah.
the wedding. So that's a wrong reason. You see, I remember I talked to one lady. I said, "I'm not comfortable with this man you're marrying." She said, "No, you see, but I could see that, hey, you know what? He just wanted just to sleep with her."
Sure.
But she was saying, "I won't sleep with her unless I'm married to you." You know what? He got married to her, went into the wedding, slept with her for 1 week, and left her, and never came back. Why? Because it was just an issue of just wedding issues. You see? So don't give yourself unnecessary pressure. You see?
Yes.
And others also, they get married to say, "You know what, I've just been dumped. So let me just look for somebody so that I can show my ex that there's somebody who loves me."
Oh, yeah.
You see, so all of a sudden, they look for this a man or woman quickly within a short period of time. Most of the times I tell people to say, heal yourself first.
First, get healed.
Get healed and then allow the person now to come in. You cannot just be having a hate and pain and then you look for a relationship quickly. And then the other reason, there are these, no, for some of the guys, you know, I want to get married because I want to sleep with somebody every time.
Sure.
So he gets married. A woman is not a sex machine. She won't be having feeling sex, all those things every time. So he wants sex every day. And if you don't give him, it becomes a problem.
Sure.
You see, so you don't marry for sex, and if she doesn't give him the sex, he's going for another woman. You know, so it's not okay. And that's also men. Also, the other reason why they want to get married, it's they want to get married because they're looking for somebody who's going to be a cook, clean for them, you know, clean for them. They're just looking for somebody who is going to just be there like a domestic worker for them.
Sure.
You see, so because it's becoming a bit of expensive to get a helper at home, so he just wants a wife who is going to play that domestic thing there, but he doesn't love her so much. You see, so you know, you don't need somebody who is just cleaning for you. You see, yeah. So all those kinds of wrong reasons, a lot of people marry for wrong reasons. So it's very important that now, what is the right reason to marry? You are going to marry to say, I'm going to marry you, I'm going to tolerate you, I'm going to live with you the rest of my life. No matter what happens, I'm going to enter into covenant. I'm going to for you, whether there'll be challenges or not, but I'm just going to love you the way you are. And then if there are certain things that I'm going to change for you, and I'm going to learn to love you. To learn to love you so that we can stay the rest of your life,
and
the rest of our lives. And grow, of course, together. And you see what? Most of the times I tell people, because we pastors, we don't say we are arguing. We say we have what you call compassionate talks.
Okay, compassionate talks.
Yes, compassionate talk. Yes. Because sometimes we might have some compassionate talks where things are not that challenging, but what you need to do, that even marriage, there'll be some compassionate talks where you might argue, but at the end of the day, you say, we will love each other, you know, no matter what happens. So many people marry, of course, for wrong reasons.
Oh, yeah. And Apostle, can you share with us where our viewers can actually connect with you so they can get more wisdom around relationships? Yeah,
what you can do, you can check our Facebook, Disciples Fellowship, and Apostle John Piri on Facebook. And of course, you can contact us also on 072 526 0025. Those are our cell numbers, and of course our landline number is 018 462 6218.
Awesome.
Yes.
And you are also available with your talks on our local radio station, Star FM?
Yes, definitely. I do the relationship school that is, it's been running now for about 5 years.
Wow.
You can just imagine 5 years program, dishing out a lot of things. And I've been reading about more than 100 books on relationship. So I update myself every time. Yes, so we have a radio program every Wednesday at 10:30. Yeah, catch us on 102.9 megahertz. That's where we are, just discussing relationships.
And you're also mentoring or counseling couples who want to get married, preparing them for marriage.
Definitely. We counsel the couples, and we counsel couples, and it's very important that you get counseled. Counseling doesn't sort out all the problems, but at least it reduces marriage problems by 60%.
Awesome. And it helps you actually in your journey of marriage to know how to work things out.
Definitely, because every time, you know, when you are going before the pastor, 3-4 times sessions, it means you are getting used. That when you have problems, you are going to go together and sit together there. Yes,
and resolve them.
And resolve the problem. And one of the first part of my counseling, I normally tell people to say, the first is major agreement and minor agreement. Major
Wow.
agreement, how many children are we going to have?
Sure.
How are we going to stay? These are major agreement. You know, you don't have just we get married and then how are we going to live? Major agreement, and they sign the agreements.
Sure.
That's the first part of what we normally do when
Yes.
it comes to marriage itself.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Apostle John Puri. Right now, we're just going to go to an ad break as we'll be coming back, going to close with that beautiful new combination gospel choir that was here. And on relationships, you just heard it. There's just so much to learn from Apostle John Puri on relationships. We are